those who are here with you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate this opportunity to be before you all this afternoon. To my right, which is your left, is actually Brad Freeze. He is our deputy director. And then to my left, which is actually your right, is Kristen Kuro, who is our financial assistant director. And then Matt Purvis is sitting over there, and he is, of course, our council member liaison. So that's it. And Philip Jones, unfortunately, couldn't be with us today. Philip had surgery and is recuperating, but he sends his regards, and he is still there to help. So he said, please do not be afraid to reach out to him, but he is sorry that he wasn't able to make it today. So we'll begin. We have a presentation we want to share with you, kind of give you an update of what's been going on over the past year, direction we're moving forward next year, and then talk through some of our budget requests. So to get started, there we go. So last year when I actually came before y'all, I shared with you kind of the organizational structure that we have in the department. So this is where we are today, and this is where we're looking to go next year. Can you hit the button? And so we are looking at kind of readjusting so we have more accountability as well as we can get more work done. So we are looking to add more positions, but we're looking to also better define. So really looking at, in our planning department, building that out so we are doing long-range planning. Something that is really missing in our city is actually long-range planning when it comes to transportation initiatives. So that's going to be a big push. We actually are getting ready to kick off a mobility master plan that will actually be for the entire city. And so we feel like there has to be some really good emphasis in the planning department so that we can get that done moving forward, taking everything that's already been done, pile it in, and then find the gaps, look at where we are duplicating efforts, and then really have a chance to talk with the community about what they envision Nashville to look like from a transportation perspective 10, 15, 20 years from now. So we're really looking forward to having that conversation over the year. We're also really have looked at our Vision Zero. So we thank y'all. You supported us in our Vision Zero effort, and we're going to dig into that a little bit through the presentation. But we do feel like we really need to start putting some strong emphasis to support that division on our safety improvements. We have a lot of dollars. We are actually starting to begin a lot of build outs. Some of it y'all may have seen in the streets, but we want to really be more aggressive. So that's part of it. And then of course, under our operations, one of the areas that we're really going to be growing this year is our curbside location. Now that we have actually renovated the parking, there's an opportunity to really think about what the curb looks like and how it's used. We're currently doing our Connect Downtown study. We look to have that completed in August or September. And so there's a lot of opportunity for policy to be brought forward to this council for approval that will really drive how people are going to use our curb, not just in the downtown and the entertainment districts, but throughout the whole city. And then of course we have over our administrative, Kristen, who's overseeing our financial side as well as our grants and our IT support and procurement. And then we have our human resource and communications. And communications is something we're also looking to build out. This is a really important element, especially when you're talking about Vision Zero, really getting out in front of folks about the 5 E's and education and the encouragement side. So we are looking at further developing our staff for next year. Next slide. So I want to kind of share with you some of the accomplishments we have received over the past year. We received a $300 million federal congressional earmark. This is to do NEPA process for the community engagement tied to the Jefferson CAP or Multimodal Infrastructure Project. So we're moving that forward. We also received $60,000 from the Tennessee Highway. We also were successful with getting a federal grant from the USDOT that was part of the IIJA that just came out. And we also went in partnership with TDOT to actually to invest $4 million to make an interchange improvement at McCrory and I-40. But we've applied for a lot of things and we're waiting on decisions. So we actually applied for a TANG grant. This is going to allow us to fiber Gallatin, and that's really going to allow us to think more about the adaptive signalization and improved movement. RAISE grant for East Bank. We have a tire grant. So this is actually a really cool initiative. It allows us to take tires so it's sustainable at the same, and we recycle and use it as traffic calming, or you can also use it as a guard on long bike lanes. And so it's a very innovative thought. thought, and we're super excited about it. We think we're going to be very lucky with that one. We also put in for another congressional earmark, and that's for the Marina Street pedestrian bridge that actually goes over 31 East 31 Highway. There's actually a pedestrian bridge. It kind of has gotten lost. So we've been doing some renovation to it, but there's a lot more that needs to be done. We also want to do ADA improvements to it, so we did put in for that. And we were actually successful with getting Representative Rhodes to put it in for us, so he actually listed that as a project.
If you're wondering, that's the bridge over Ellington Parkway, the pedestrian
31.
bridge.
Oh, yeah,
31.
I always call it 31, sorry.
It's just downtown. It's near the East Bank, so it's right when you get on to Bradley Park, when you get on to Ellington Parkway and head out there, it's like the first, you go under it before you actually hit the, yeah.
So we just added new lights, so if you pass it at night, it sticks out really well.
Near Main Street, yeah.
So we have been making some improvements, but like I said, we'd like to get in there and do some bigger ones and ADA improvements. Safe Streets for All is another grant we're going for. We're still pushing forward on that one. We also have a CFA grant that we're going in. This is for EV charging. We're asking for $4 million, maybe even going to go for a little bit more, $6 million. So we're really doing that in a collaborative effort with General Services. We're talking MDHA and also some of the other partners that we have throughout the county. So we're super excited about that. So that's really a great one. And we're going after another what they call the RI grant. This is really actually a technical grant that we're going for through a new program that they are putting out under the IIJA. They actually will come in and provide us technical assistance. This is in partnership with WeGo Planning and Water Services, where they will come in and actually look at it. So for example, in the East Bank, they will actually come in and do all the technical analysis, financial recommendations, put together a whole program for us, even make recommendations of financial structure that we could actually use to move forward with getting construction done and built. So this is actually a really great thing, and we're super excited about this and feel like we're going to be very lucky with that. So you can see we've been really busy. I'm all about using somebody else's dollars. I shared that with y'all last year, but I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of what we have been working on. All right, so I want to kind of get into some of our accomplishments. So 12th Avenue South Complete Street and Green Street project, we had our ribbon cutting ceremony at the end of April, and it turned out to be a wonderful project. This is just kind of some snapshots of it, but this provided for protected bike lanes. We also did bioswale, green infrastructure, so it's really focusing on sustainable practices as well. And I think this kind of shows the community an example of what we can do as we move forward, of how we can share the road for multimodals and not just for one mode. So we're super excited. We did improvements on the bus shelters, improvement on the bus stops. We had, again, the protected bike lanes. We improved the sidewalks, added a lot of great amenities to this particular. And it was super exciting the day we were out there. Just the tons of people that were going up and down and using everything was just a lot of fun. So it is an example where if you build it, they will use it. And this was actually a really great project. So Vision Zero is another thing we wanted. So y'all approved this beginning in October. Really do appreciate it. Kind of want to share out. We have been busy. We're not just sitting. We're actually getting stuff done. We've identified 150 unsignalized crossings, and we're continuing to go through and do that analysis. We've done some audits. We're working on some quick builds. We're finalizing 4 to 5 corridors of implementations, and we're also working with our resurfacing projects so that when we go in, we're actually making improvements on different areas. So for example, Main Street, this is something that we have been working on. We're actually going to be resurfacing that, and when we come in and do that, we're going to make Vision Zero safety improvements based on the crashes and analysis we have. So we're taking advantage of all the opportunities, we're finding the synergies, and we're making those improvements as we can so we're not having to come back. So we are really focused on Vision Zero as we move forward. Do want to share some of the opportunities that we have had when we've gotten out and talked about Vision Zero. We are seeing some improvements. We would like more. Overall, we are seeing that we are down in fatalities. We're also down in serious injuries, but we're kind of up in crashes. So we do want to get out there. We are getting ready to be bringing before y'all actually a marketing contract and an education. It's a marketing education contract. We're hoping to get that before you in about a month, and hope you'll support that so that we can actually get them on board, because that's really a big piece of it, is being out there from a marketing perspective, from an education perspective. So Vision Vision Zero is moving forward, and we're seeing a little bit of progress, but we want more. And just real quick, I want to give you some of the things that we continually do. One is we have created a Safe Routes to School manual. So that's going to be a program manual as we move forward. We're also looking, as I said, complete streets. Main Street will be one, Church Street will be another. So we're really focused. And we're also working on our high injury network. So 4th Avenue at Church, and there's just some additional ones. And of course, Gallatin Pike is another one that we're working on to make improvements, because we've had unfortunately some crashes up in that area, so we're really focusing on getting a lot done. So, smart parking. Yes, I want to give you a quick update on that. Thank you very much for your support on that. Y'all passed that in November, and we have kicked it off. I am very happy to share with you that the multi-space meters are in downtown. We've removed the single space meters. All new signage is up. We have 116 that have been put in. They accept all forms of credit card payment. They also accept coins, but a person can also do it through the sign. You can see on the sign there's a QR code, so they can scan a QR code. They can use a text. They can actually download the app. They can pay at the machine. So we've given them a lot of options. We went live 100% in the beginning of May. The first 2 weeks of May, though, we have been doing what I call soft enforcement, where we've been given warnings. We want to change, because we also went 24/7, which is also very new to our community. They're used to closing parking being free after 5. No more. It is now 24/7. So we're doing some soft warnings right now, but this Saturday we kick into the hard stuff. So super looking forward to what this does in our revenue stream. Last year we did just a little bit over $900,000 in revenue. We are looking to actually do significantly better this year, and then I'm really looking to do significantly more. Something that's not in here, and I should have shared, is that we did add over 200 new spaces to the parking inventory, and so there's a lot of opportunity for paid parking to generate the revenue, and so we're going to continue to drive that, because the dollars that we collect after we pay off all our bills can actually be dollars that we use for infrastructure improvements. So we are very mindful of that per charter. So this is really going to be a good program to support our overall traffic, parking, and transportation initiatives. So I want to talk about traffic calming. This has been a very successful program, and I know this is a favorite of many of y'all, as it is of ours. We have, shared with y'all a lot of our new practices, and we're having some great successes. As you can see, last year we only got 10 done, and year to date we're at 19, and we're anticipating by the end of the fiscal year, which will be June 30th, we'll have an additional 25 done. So we really have gotten this into a place where we can just kind of move it and get it done and make it happen. So the new balloting process has been very successful. The community engagement and the way we're doing it has been very successful, that we're able to move through it much more efficiently, so that we're able to get more of this out. So we're really enjoying this. I think the community is enjoying this, and we'll continue to see some more success come out of our traffic calming program. So sidewalks and bikeways. So this is something that we hear quite a bit about, and we just want to kind of share with you where we're at. So from a bikeway miles, we're actually going to be doing a little bit less, but from a sidewalk miles, we're actually going to see an improvement. So we have been doing what we call quick builds, where we already have curb and gutter. We can go in and actually put a sidewalk in behind. Actually, right now we're building one on Craighead. So there's just an example of where we can do that. And those are some of the successes. So we're finding those opportunities through our quick build program, so we can get more sidewalks built. And we really are focused in on this, and we anticipate by the end of the calendar year, not the fiscal year, we'll be at, where do you think, Brad?
Number of miles?
Yeah, kind of did an estimate on that. I should have brought it.
So we'll add about, I think it's around 15 more miles.
Yeah, about 15 more miles. So that's a great accomplishment. Thank you. Sorry to put you on the spot.
No, that's all right.
All right. So we also want to share with you the next on our culverts and bridges. This is kind of showing you again, last year we did 18 bridge projects. We have 46 this year. Culvert projects, we had 12 last year. We had 43. So you can see we really stepped up, and we're spending those capital dollars you gave us. But I just wanted to show you where the work was going, because this takes the staff to get all of this done as well. And these are just some great examples of some of the projects that we've been working on. So permits have been something that we've really been focused in. I thought this was really important to share because I know as we have seen the interest rate go up, everybody says that we're going to build less, but as you can see, from last year to this year, we're either going to be at the same or we're going to be exceeding it. So these are the numbers through April, and so we have 2 more months. And as you can imagine, over this period of time, we're actually doing quite a few permittings for development and improvements in the right-of-way. Just wanted to kind of give you a snapshot of where we're at. We actually feel we will exceed last year's numbers. And potholes. This is another one that I wanted to share with y'all. You know, last year in the capital spending plan and the 2022 capital spending plan, we actually did 285 lane miles. And what that means on both sides. So if you double that, that's really where we're at. Last year was the 3rd highest investment in the last 14 years that have been made. That was and plus it was a 240% increase over the prior year's investment. So it's really important that we're maintaining our roads and we're taking them, because then it allows us to have less potholes. And so that's where I kind of wanted to highlight that. Our current OCI, which is how we measure the condition of the road, is roughly around 71.4%. 80 is where we want to be. 80 is in good. That means our roads are in good condition. So when you're at 70.4, you're average or a little bit like fair, and good is where you want to be. So we actually want to be above 80%. So that's what we're shooting for. So, and of course, when we do the roads improvements, that also helps us with potholes. So, but we're continuing to work potholes and get them out there. And again, we ask folks, Hub Nashville, please let us know, because that's the best way for us to have everybody's eyes and ears. So I want to talk about our neighborhood cleanups. You know, this is all part of our litter program. We have a beautification neighborhood cleanups, kind of give you an idea of where we were last year. So as you can see from the number of cleanups, last year we did 153. This year through April, we've actually have done 377. And then if you look at the tons we collected, last year we collected 55 tons, and this year we're at 287. So we've been very aggressive and just working with our neighborhoods, working with your beautification commissioners on actually getting out there with the neighborhoods and us all being a solution to litter in our community. So just wanted to share. So this is a program that's working really well. And if you remember last year, you actually donated we took $3,000 and pushed it aside for every commissioner has a chance to do that. They are now, there's a lot of that has already moved forward. We have a lot of it that started in the work. So I just want you to know that program has actually, to me, been a success. We have a few that are dragging their feet, but we're pushing them along to get them in there, and they're starting to really understand the value of it. So I think this has been a really good success program. And this is just some of the meetings, some of the cleanups that we've had. Wanted to kind of share you snapshots and let you know. Sometimes they're very big groups, sometimes they're a small group. It doesn't make a difference. Every single bit of trash we pick up makes a difference in our neighborhoods. So litter removal and alleyway cleanup, this is another thing that y'all supported in our budget last year, so I wanted to kind of highlight that. So you can see we've done a significant amount of litter improvement from this year to last year. It's almost doubled, and that's only through April, and we're a little bit behind on the alley cleanups, but we feel that that's going to actually more than exceed last year's number, because it seems like, you know, we're getting into spring cleaning time, and that's when we start seeing things getting dumped in alleys, and we get a lot of the phone calls. So this is when we start seeing our big months come in the month of April, May, and June, and July. And then right-of-way mowing and street sweeping. So street sweeping moved over into us in July, so we've been extremely busy, and so you can kind of see where we're at with that. For the first year, we've actually swept almost over 18,000 miles of the right-of-way already. And then actually part of our budget request next year, we mainly only touch streets that have curbs and gutters. I really want to touch every street. So we actually do have a budget request so that we can make sure we touch every street in the county, and some streets more than twice need to be, especially in high dense areas, we need to be hitting. And some of those very big dense areas, we actually do hit them more than once a year. But there are some streets we should be hitting more than twice, maybe 3 times a year. So you can see we've been actually doing a lot more work as well in right-of-way maintenance and sweeping. And so I want to give a little bit of background of where we are with the department on vacancies and our approach to recruitment. So last year, y'all awarded us 45 new positions. 40 of those positions have been filled. We have 5 positions that are still left to get filled. And then I will also share we hired 124 employees, and 89 of them we've been able to retain. So we have about a 71% retention, which gives us about a 29% turnover. And, you know, a lot of that, I think, falls in the operation department. I think, unfortunately, we do see a little bit of I don't want to say a revolving door, but we do see the door opening and closing. So we're very excited, in the play plan that's actually been presented next year's budget will allow us to entice folks to come in. That's been a relatively low dollar amount, and we feel like this will actually help us get some of these more operational folks in. Next. So I wanted to share some of our recruitment strategies, because at the beginning of the year, we were really struggling with finding key positions like engineering. And so we really all put our head together and worked, and also under Brad's guidance and with Charles Bodie as well. They've really come up with some really great programs that I just kind of want to hear. So engineers are short. And the work in the marketplace. I mean, just across the board. No, I didn't mean that way. There's a shortage, excuse me. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh, tongue twisted there. Boy, did I put that foot in the mouth.
I'm short on my whole life. So
I didn't mean that. There is a shortage in engineers, and I think this has been a struggle for not just our department, but other departments. So we have been working with our legal department about how we might be able to use some students that are graduating, but they're here under a visa. So they're in here under a school visa. They need to move over to a work visa. So we're working on a pathway where we can consider hiring some of those engineers that are graduating and have them become part of our program. We also have been really targeting all of the universities. We have a great internship program with a lot of the universities. As a matter of fact, last year we had a young man who was in his junior to senior year at TSU, who did an internship program with this, and this year he's actually going to start working for us. So we're using that also as kind of a pipeline to get him in the door. Of course, we're having a lot of job fairs, have gone up to Fort Campbell, we're having some success there. But I also want to let you know, we've been working with Ron Johnson over in the mayor's office and the group Violence Intervention about giving folks second chance. And so we've actually have been working with them and bringing folks in to work in our operations department so that they will have a second chance in life. And we've had some really good success with this. We've so far hired 3 folks, and they have actually come in and they've been able to restart their life. They've been great. They show up. They're on time. They do a great job. And so we feel like this is another really great success. So we are really looking at those opportunities and not pushing anything aside. We're going to try everything to make sure that we can get people in the door. And we're super excited that we're giving some folks a second opportunity in life. So where are we going? So we've been working on a strategic plan, and we wanted to kind of share it out. We kind of looked at our mission statement and we finessed it. So now we are looking at the Department of Transportation and Multimodal Infrastructure builds and manages a safe and reliable public network that elevates the quality of life and prosperity in Davidson County. And we felt like this really kind of describes what our mission is, what we need to be doing for our community. We worked and kind of reestablished our vision as well, which is we exist to create a safe, sustainable, and balanced transportation system that supports choices, opportunities for vibrant neighborhoods for the present and future generations. So we also worked on top of that, our values. Next. And our goals. So where we felt our values really needed to be was be very neighborhood-oriented, innovative, employee-focused, and excellence. So this is where this is our values. And so from that, we actually came up with 4 goals that we're basing our performance measures on. And this is what's going to create our dashboard. We want to be the employer of choice. So we had that 71% that are staying, but we want to get up into the 90 to 100%. So we want to be the employer of choice. We want to also share who we are. We want to get better at how we message everything we're doing. We're doing a lot of great things, but we don't always have the opportunity to share it, so we really want to get that out there. We want to be proactive and responsive. So I think this year we've done a really good job about being proactive and getting more in front, but we want to do even a better job than that. And we want to make sure we're creating a safe, pedestrian-friendly, multimodal setting. And so this is really where we feel that our goals are going, and we're driving our performance measures based on these 4 goals. So to get into our budget requests, which are all tied back to the goals and to our values, these are the budget requests that we put into place. So transportation license and enforcement, y'all, thank you very much for your support on the sidewalk vending and cafe. But we're asking for some additional enforcement folks so that we can actually do a better job and make sure everybody has compliance. We have gotten great feedback from the community. We're having some success with the vendors not being down there, but we need to continue to keep up with the enforcement, and we're even looking at maybe potentially expanding it even further in the entertainment district. We also want to grow our right-of-way litter and street sweeping. So as I shared with you, it is my goal that we're out there touching every street. Right now, we do not touch every street in Davidson County, and we really want to be touching every street. So we are asking for additional folks to help with our sweeping program, and also this will help us with the street sweeping program. You know, we do take it very seriously that we need to be cleaning the streets. It also helps with the stormwater. It keeps the trash out of the rivers, and that's really important for us. So that's what this ask is for. The right-of-way striping crew. Last year, y'all actually approved this, and it was part of our budget, and then we lost some of the funding to help support the school system. So we're just putting this back in this year's budget. This will allow us to expedite. Right now, we're 4 months behind when we put in a request. When I put in a request today to go do striping of anything in the city, there is a 4-month backlog. So building this crew up, having it in-house is going to allow us to expedite and go get stuff done and be very efficient. And it is also one of my goals to make sure we get out there and we stripe as part of our Vision Zero effort every school. We only use signage to stripe at our schools, and I can't tell you how many times I see people just plow through. And we have crossing guard folks that stand out there and try to get people to slow down, and they're putting their life at risk. And it's because people do not see the signage. So we really want to put striping on the ground, identify the school zones, and then have compliance fall with that. Parking patrol and enforcement, this is additional staff. Now, I'm not sure if I shared with y'all in the past, but part of our effort with the parking enforcement is we were going to actually, because we are 24/7, we are building up, but we also have the Transportation Licensing Commission and we have the sidewalk now. We're taking and combining that so enforcement enforces all of that. They're all cross-trained. They can all do the job. They can do it for transportation license. They can do it for the sidewalk. They can do it for parking. So we do feel we need to build up that team to really be able to expedite. We need to make sure that we are out there helping our community. I'm still getting a lot of complaints when it comes to noise and issues with the transportation entertainment vehicles, so we feel like this is a really important need for that area. The next one is for traffic control as related to emergency and signal knockdowns, traffic control repairs, and other emergencies. This is actually, the police help us with this, and now they're asking us to pay. So that's what this money is in this budget for. So even we don't get it for free. There's no such thing as free parking. Thank you, Commissioner. Streetscape maintenance, this is asking for additional money. We actually, have taken on some areas of responsibility that in the past was actually part of the community. So when improvements were happening, the community would sign a pledge and say, we'll take care of it. Well, that really doesn't happen. So we have actually worked with a few of these community members, and we're asking for some additional dollars so we can take it. So the Jubilee Bridge is one. We just finished 12th Avenue complete street, so we want to make sure we maintain it, and we have bioswales, so we want to make sure we really maintain those, and the Antioch pipes also cleaning on that. So this is really what these dollars are asking for. We're also asking for additional staff in our communication department. So again, one of our goals was to actually, for everyone to know who we are, to be able to message. And right now we really have a group of 2 young ladies that do everything. And that's really tough as we are taking on more responsibilities and doing more projects. We really need to get out in front of this and let the community know, make sure we're engaged with them. So this is adding a community engagement person, and this is also adding a graphic artist so that we can actually be quite effective in getting this information out. And we're doing a better job so people are not calling saying, I didn't know this was happening, because we really do want to inform our community what we're doing. We're also asking for some new planners. We talked about the mobility master plan. This is also in development. So I gave you the graph about the number of permits we have. Well, we do development review, so I need more folks to be able, we can manage that. Right now, we actually have the team, they work approximately about 10 to 11 hours every day, and sometimes on the weekends, pretty steadily. So by adding additional folks on our planning time and also on our development time, this is actually going to help us be able to handle the workload and get ahead of it, which is what we want to do. We're not seeing a slowdown at all in permitting and in development. It's not slowing down. And then, of course, Vision Zero. We want to add an additional position to Vision Zero. This will be a person that will come in and do data and analysis, reporting to the engineer. Really important. I mean, Vision Zero is very data-driven. We have done the homework. We know where our high networks are, our high-injury networks are. We know where the crashes are occurring, but we need to dig in deeper and do the analysis on why they're, because, and what's causing them, because sometimes it's not engineering, sometimes it's education, sometimes it might be just enforcement, and really we don't have the capacity right now to do that deep dive that we should be doing. So this is the position we're asking for in this one. And then, of course, for training and membership, we are asking for more. I'm really a big proponent for education. I just came back from a conference, and it was just, and I had some staff go, and it was great. I actually took an engineer, and so it was NACTO, which is the National Association of Transportation of City County Officials. It's a great organization. They actually do a lot of the pushes on complete streets, on really unique designs for safety for all. And I actually had one of the engineers go with me and sat through some of the education courses, and she goes, oh, I have to rethink everything I'm doing. So it's those things are really important. That's really what's going to help change the culture, change the conversation. So I am asking for money because I want to continue this, but I also, some of these dollars is, we have been struggling with getting what we call engineer EITs. Engineer
In trainings.
in trainings, right? And a lot of it is because in the past we required them to come in with their certificate, and that a lot of them do not have it. So we are able to now take and create a training class for them where we'll give them the training. So at the end of 6 months, they'll sit and take it for their certificate. And so it's part now of their workloads, part of their hiring program. At 6 months, they have to have it. And we actually have been very successful with hiring all our vacancies because we've put this initiative forward. So again, we're thinking outside the box of what it's going to take to bring people in the door. And I feel like training and education is one of the tools that we can offer folks, and we can give it, I feel like, better than a private sector can. Next. Okay. Software, this is our contractual increase in software license. So I shared with all of y'all that we have moved over to city work. We are actually taking our permit and moving it from being manual to more electronic, and it being tied in with the entire city. So yeah, yes. And I will share, I'm super excited, and I haven't had a chance to share this with Kristen, but we started the conversion last week, and we have not had any issues. So I am so knocking on wood. But it is working really well. We've moved our team out in the field to iPads. Well, they're in hard cases and everything, but they're now able to activate, work orders in the field and do stuff and communicate through that. So we're having some really great successes, and we're already a week and a half into it. So this is actually going to allow for that continued software support, allow us to move forward and continue to improve how we're doing business, find those efficiencies, allow us to communicate with the whole city so it's better for everybody, and we're not in our own little silo. So that's what these dollars are for. And so the next one is for the operation of our traffic and street lights. There's an additional cost to maintain the software and the trucks and the routing and all of that. So that's the additional dollars we're asking here. Administration, this is for a new position at the administration level for Brad. I need the help, and because we're doing a lot, and we want to continue to be very efficient and effective and make sure that we're supporting our community. I also want to increase the beautification budget for our commissioners. So like I said, this has actually been very successful, and many of them have said, I could do so much more with $5,000. And I can't disagree with them, because we've had to trim a lot of their projects back because there was not, 3,000 didn't cover it. So this is an ask so that we can actually expand the beautification budget to 5,000 each for each district and move this forward. So we're super excited about this one. And then the salary funding from previous deducted, this is a request to recover the $60,000 that was deducted by council from NDOT's and administrative salaries, so that we, and this was so for Planned Parenthood, so we're asking it back so that we have the true dollar amounts for all of our positions that we would hold. Next. Thank you. Any questions?
That was amazing. Thank you, Director. We will start with Councilmember Benedict.
Thank you, Chair and Director Alarcon. What a phenomenal job. I'm so glad we make investments in your department because we see the difference in the neighborhoods and in the streets. I have a commitment that I have to leave for, so I'm going to drop a few things here.
Okay.
I'll watch the recording for any answers that I might have to leave for. First, on the neighborhood street traffic calming program, can we eliminate the balloting process and therefore move these through more quickly? I've had a lot of requests in the community to just, if these are our most dangerous streets, roll with it.
What we do, we are piloting a program around that. So if, especially on what we call maybe our neighborhood collector streets, we are not even doing that through the traffic calming program. If we are getting complaints, or let's say an application came in and it's actually more of a collector than a local street, and we actually do the analysis, the crashes, the volumes, the speed and everything, and it shows it, we're coming in and making the improvements. We're not even balloting that because it is a safety approach.
Cahal is being done that way, which is fantastic.
Right. So we are piloting that. We're having success. It's different than the neighborhood traffic calming program. I'm a little bit nervous to take away the balloting because I think this gives the whole community opportunity to be engaged versus just a few. And as where the other ones, which are more on high volume streets, we are truly making safety decisions. And that pilot is working very successfully right now. So we do kind of intend on, and we have it built in for next year so that we can actually continue the pilot program. Do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, specifically about the balloting. So we have enhanced and streamlined the balloting process. So since last July, actually, we've completed 95 balloting processes. 93% of those were affirmative, so we're having really good success rates with that. So we have streamlined it, made it an online balloting process, which previously we started with a neighborhood-driven program, you know this, and we required the neighborhood champions to actually do the balloting and collect that information. We've actually taken on that responsibility and done an automated, QR code-based balloting. So we're having a lot of success with that.
And that's why we're going to hit over 400% in completions this year compared to last year.
It's a phenomenal program, as you said, super popular. Since 93% of them are being approved, that'd be my ask for the community. Since they're being approved, let's just roll them on through. That's the feedback from District 7. Couple of questions that I'm not going to stick, well, I might. Crossing guards, are those NDOT employees or MNPD employees?
MNPD.
Okay, thank you. And then on the beautification, I am completely supportive of $5,000 per commissioner. We will put that to good use, not just with cleanups, but with making the neighborhoods look better, plantings, things like that my commissioner wants to do. And then the only other question, you guys have a phenomenal grants writing program, as you shared at the beginning of your presentation. Are there any federal grants that we could have access to that the state may block us from? I'm thinking of things like in the healthcare arena. There's funds that are available to local municipalities that the state has opted out of. Is that an issue at all with DOT?
I haven't run across any issues that I'm having at all. I mean, we are still going after a lot of state grants. As a matter of fact, they were asked, there was a grant that the state was putting out, and they asked us if we would consider applying for it. But we actually supported a local nonprofit group to do it and let them run it. And then we promised next year we would put it in. So we have a good working relationship with DOT, which when there is funding, they do come and say, hey, we have some funding here. Do y'all want to consider it? As in their transportation demand management department, there's actually some dollars. So our Nashville Connect is kicking off again. We're back out there. We're going to really be pushing our TDM process, and we're going to be looking to tap into some of those dollars to help promote that so that we can look at moving more people into transit and get more cars off the road.
As you know, you do a superb job, in my opinion, and keep up the great work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Cash.
Thank you. I got about 3 areas that I want to talk about, and so I'm going to kind of go through those and kind of, I guess my question is, you all have,
Councilmember, do you mind? I didn't see Councilmember Van Reesen. She needs to leave as well. So if we could get her in really quickly.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tom. Thank you. On behalf of the LGBTQ caucus, that's why we're all leaving. We're being honored tonight, and so I apologize for the exodus, as well as to Water. It's not you, Water. It's okay. Thank you. There's one picture that you're missing from August of last year. Okay.
That's the first complete street that we had.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're absolutely right. My apologies, because we are super proud of that one, too. And that keeps getting better and better.
no problem.
Thank you all for being here. Congratulations on your recognition. Councilmember Cash.
Okay, thanks. I think you all are doing a lot of great work. I'm so excited about it's a new department, and you all are kind of building a new awesome public service with the reorganization. And I mainly want to talk about 3 areas, and I kind of am just going to go through and say what they are and get your reaction or your reassurances. But I do want to, because I was saying this to you this morning and Mr. Freeze was not there to hear it, that you and I were both bragging about him, that the MAC committee, like you have done an awesome job in a short amount of time with that MAC committee, and it is, I think, really helpful. It's been really helpful to me in the last month in ways that you know. But I really think that's a good success. 3 things I want to talk about are the smart parking. As you know, Director, my support for that revolved around, there are many great things about it. My support and interest in that revolved around making sure we had better enforcement for not only meters, but residential permit parking, 2-hour parking, and not downtown, but also outside of downtown. And there were reassurances that having meters would free up personnel to move into other parts of the city. So I kind of want reassurances about that. Also, as it relates to that, I think you heard what I said to Parks about, there are places in my area, not necessarily in my district, but close to it, where I kind of question where some meters are and if they're in the best use. When you got 2/3 of a street that's covered with parking and then 12 metered spaces empty.
We should meter it all.
Something's wrong.
Meter it all.
I'm sorry?
We should meter it.
Fair enough. As long as they don't just move onto the Parks parking lot.
Right.
When it comes to litter, y'all have done a great job. What I'm seeing is a pretty big jump. My concern about litter is, and I talked to you about this a little bit, but I want to get it on the public record, is that I've got several small to medium-sized commercial areas where we've got that are fairly touristy. We've got trash cans. We've got really heavy weekends, especially this last Taylor Swift and everything else that was going on in Nashville. And the trash cans aren't holding them. And I hear you saying you're going to get more trash cans, but I just want to make sure that there's some coordination or some ownership of both parts of the trash cans themselves and then the picking up of the litter that isn't contained when the trash cans are full, and that it just kind of seems to me that somebody should be kind of in charge of both of those things. And then the third thing is beautification. I'm seeing in the budget that we got that that's down from last year, 70,000. Are you asking us to increase what the mayor put in his budget?
So the 70,000 actually is on top of what's already in the budgets.
Oh, that's an addition. Okay, I gotcha. I think that's great, and I'm supportive of that. I will say I hope that the beautification commissioners, remember they started out with parks and have transitioned to public works and then in an NDOT, and maybe with water for a little bit anyway. I want to make sure that they have some discretion about beautification projects and that they don't just tie to right of way. I think they have some great ideas. We are the ones that nominate them. They are organized by council district, and I want them to truly be able to, I know that right of way beautification is an important part of it, but I also want to make sure that if there's something else that's really needing some beauty prettying up, that they have some discretion about that. So that's my concern, and I want to make sure that they aren't just an extension of the litter program, that there are other things, that's important, but there are other things beyond that that are important to beautification. They're volunteers, and we want them to feel valued and tap into their creative spirit. So those are the three things you can answer what you want to, or now or going forward. But those are the three areas of concern that I have either concerns or questions about.
So let me start with the smart parking real quick. Yes, sir, we will and have been outsiting for 2-hour parking as well as residential. I'm still trying to meet with all the residential groups. We've met with y'all first. We're meeting with y'all. We're reinforcing what the policy is. We are waiting on getting our new system up so I can get everybody in the system. That's the only reason why we haven't been aggressive on the residential parking. But we are out on the west end in your district actually enforcing the 2 hours and have actually written a lot of citations. Just remember, we're still kind of doing soft. Everybody's not used to it, so we're doing the 2 weeks, but we have been out in your area, and we will continue to improve on that. Litter of someone being in charge. So in our budget request, we are asking for 6 new people. Part of that includes buying the machines, buying the truck to actually pick up the litter baskets, and then it allows us to also, a request for 200 new baskets. We've built a lot of new sidewalks, and what we're finding, especially if it's along a corridor that is a heavily used corridor, such as Harding Place, we're finding that we're out there every day picking up litter because there's no waste baskets. So if we put some waste baskets out there, then it'll encourage people to use that versus throwing it on the ground. And then part of our program will be picking it up. And I will continue to have conversations between Scott and myself about the opportunities of how we can have synergy and actually provide a really, robust program. So it's all in the works. So the request includes 200 new waste baskets.
Okay, but you said something about a truck to pick up the waste baskets. Doesn't water services have that?
Yes, but that is for their use, and so they're already at capacity.
Okay.
So I'm not able to take and use that, so there is additional need. And then the beautification, so the request is to go from 3,000 to 5,000. I will tell you, we have been expanding on the beautification, but there needs to be some nexus tied to the right-of-way because that's where our work is. That's our world. So we have not been hard-nosed. I've gotten some requests to paint buildings, and I'm afraid I've said no to that because that is nothing to do with beautification of the right-of-way. We've got a request to actually do some work in a park that lines close to the right-of-way. We've said yes to that. So we've even have said yes to monuments for consideration to be using the dollars. So as long as there's a nexus, we are open to the conversation.
I hear you first said some nexus, and I agree with that. Total nexus, I really would like for them to have a little more flexibility within that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Councilmember Allen.
Thank you. It seems like post-COVID litter really has become a bigger issue, so I'm glad we're working on that to solve that problem. One question about the street sweeping is just within that contract, what is the measure of success? Because I have worked so hard to tell my constituents there's a way you can find out when the street sweepers come in and get your car off the street, and I can never get my car off the street. And there are leaves from 4 years ago in my gutter, just sort of because I've just kind of wanted to see what it would take for me to be out of their way so that they can actually do their job. So if we pay them because they drive down the middle of the street and every once in a while they're able to get to the curb, that doesn't seem like success to me. So how do we evaluate that?
No, you're absolutely correct. And we're actually working on a program software that's actually doing a new route program so we can have better efficiencies. And part of that's going to include signage. So if there is we're going to put signs up that says, do not park here on Thursdays between 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. because we're going to do street sweeping. So we have not ever really implemented anything like that, but that's part of the new program moving forward, because we do want people to be off the street so that we can actually get in and get the gutters clean, because then that actually helps water to make sure that nothing runs down through the stormwater system. So all of that is coming to play, but we still wouldn't be able to cover everything that we need to. So we are working on that. You know, we took the street sweeping over in July. We've kind of been revamping it, looking for those efficiencies. Now we're moving into improvements of the signage, improvements to the routes, so that we can actually cover more. There are some areas where we hit it once a week. There are some areas like in the downtown and the entertainment district, we're hitting it every day.
Yeah.
And then there's some areas we haven't even touched, and that's just not the appropriate way to be cleaning our county.
Great. I'm glad some thoughts going into that, which I think is helpful. And then I would on the smart parking, which I'm really excited about. I would just ask, as we evaluate this and come back and circle around, that at some point we say, what is our objective of metering parking? And if it's to, if it's to generate revenue, my understanding is what the charter says is that money from parking revenue is to go back into our parking program to make it more effective, which I applaud. And ultimately, my understanding is the whole goal of that is to make it so that customers can get to the stores. And so if we really don't have a problem at 3 o'clock in the morning, I would love for us a year from now to evaluate, does 24/7 make the most sense or what? I mean, I go for it now, but can we reevaluate in a year?
Most definitely. When we presented this to traffic and parking, we really don't have the data. But with the new license plate recognition, we're going to be able to actually, and everything's manual right now. Like if I want to track tickets, I have to do it all on a spreadsheet. A person has to do it. By us going electronic, I can run a report every day. So I know where they were, how many tickets they wrote, who wrote tickets, even where they have been, what the tickets were, what the problem was. And so we can find those trends to make improvements. We'll have the data for the analysis. So you're asking the same thing that the Traffic and Parking Commission asked of me as well. So it's just right now we really do not have the data to help drive the business decisions, but we plan on using that data to drive the business decisions in the future.
Thank you. We'll have Councilmember Druffel and then Councilmember Nash. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, so bad.
Councilor Solfat, I will defer for you if you were first. You want to go? Okay. Thanks, Director. And Brad, I feel like I got a seminar recently in traffic after looking at BMP for 2 or 3 weeks, but thank you for all your patience with that. Traffic calming is our top priority in my neighborhood. That's all I hear about. What are the number of projects? I know you're increasing and it was looking good. Is there any continued increase for more money to do more traffic calming? I'd say if I have any increase or any concern in my neighborhood, it's all about traffic calming.
So in next year's budget, it was actually the traffic calming program is actually part of our capital spending plan in the fall. So, and there's $4 million in there for that, which is what we had last year. So we are looking at the 50 applications, 25 in the fall, 25 in the spring, that we would actually move forward. So again, staying with 50. We did, however, with the surplus dollars, we did put in for an additional $4 million that would allow us to do 50 more. And so what we're proposing on that surplus dollars is actually to take the 50 that are currently in the pipe, because every single time we get a new set of application, every single time we put this out and we get new applications, we do a new analysis, we update even the analysis we've done, make sure something hasn't changed, because the landscape of our community is changing very quickly. So what we're suggesting with the surplus dollars, if we're successful getting it, is just taking the next 50, pulling them out, using those and moving those 50 forward. That'll help knock our number down, and then actually start moving forward again with the program, putting out for applications, reevaluating, taking the top 25, then doing it again in the next in the spring. So that's kind of the game plan.
Yeah,
that'll double the number that we're doing.
I sort of thought it was in capital. I didn't know if you need more staffing to make that work more effectively, because when you start to do that, and the people that are coming out are fantastic, but I do know that takes a fair amount of time.
It does.
So do you have staffing for that?
So we do. So we actually have our traffic engineering staff. We actually have hired 3 additional EITs.
Oh, very good.
They're not all designated primarily to traffic calming, but it's more of a traffic engineering group. So yes, we have more staff to support that group. We additionally have 2 crews with our contractor, so they're actually working every day when the weather's good to actually deploy traffic calming projects. So we are doing a whole lot as far as increasing our deployment speed of those.
And as you get a chance, that's you calm people down, I guess, pun intended, if you can get more of them in there. And the speed humps, we just had one on Vaughn's Gap. They talked about, entire community already is behind it. And so when it's laid out versus a speed bump. When it's laid out that way, it got the community support pretty quick, and I think that expedites. So
Yes, sir.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Nash, if you don't mind, I saw Sarara and I forgot. So we'll get her and then we'll get you and then we'll need to wrap it up for water.
Thank you, Chair. I had no problem yielding to district council people because I know they probably
My
have more
mistake.
than
I
I
saw
do.
you earlier and didn't write it down, so go ahead.
It's okay. Thank you, Director, for being here and for all that you're doing. A couple of things. One, you'd mentioned the safe route to school and things like that. Is that in multiple languages?
Oh, most definitely.
Good. Good.
All of our marking material and our messaging will be in multiple languages.
Okay, good, good. Thank you. Because if it's for MMPA students, we speak so many languages
Yes,
in
they do.
school, we need to at least speak the big ones. And so when I'm looking at your requests, some of the things that I saw is that there were a couple of requests for new staffing that you did not get, but you're going to resolve back to using contractors. Your transportation system manager, I saw something about a right-of-way permit inspector that you were requesting for, but instead you're going to go ahead and continue to use contractors. So my question is this: have you ever compared? I know there's a cost of about $288,000 for the right-of-way inspector, but do you know how much it costs us to use contractors instead of actually having employees? Has anybody compared that to see if we're saving money?
So we are actually getting ready to start that analysis. So
Okay.
if you can give me about, 3-4 months? 3-4 months, I will actually have that data for you. So
The budget will be over, but
yes, I know. So that's why we left the program the way it was this year and then get ourselves ready for next year for that conversation. There's so much going on, and we do feel like there is some opportunities to bring staff in-house versus going to contractors. We do feel like we can actually get more done, and it won't be that we'll have a savings. We won't spend as much money. So we do want to put together that analysis, but we have been so focused on getting some other things, getting some other programs moving forward, and kind of putting the structure of the department together and really building up what our goals and our missions and our values need to be, as well as what those performance measures are going to be, so that the community knows we're getting it done. So if you give me so that is something we're working on, but you got to give me about 3-4 months, and then I will be glad to bring that data back to you and share it.
I appreciate that, because I think whichever way we go, it would be good to have data to support whichever one is saving us the most money. And so
Correct.
I agree with you that. My other question is on the financial itself, and I'm looking at your GSD general fund, and you happen to have a whole lot of money that you brought in charges and commission from 2022 to 2023, and I see that went down drastically. So you're down about 1.5 million, and I was just wondering, that could pay for some of those things. So is there any reason why in 2022 we made about $1 million, we budgeted 1.7 in 2023, now we're only budgeting $46,000, sorry.
That change is primarily resulting in the fact that we moved the parking revenue to a separate fund. So in previous years, all parking revenues were going to the general fund, but as Councilmember Berkeley mentioned, it should have been going into a separate fund. So effective in 2024, it will be in a separate fund.
Okay.
So because the budget included it in the GSD, we had to leave it for the remainder of this year. So that's why you see that reduction.
That's why you have the little, okay, thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you. Councilmember Nash.
Thank you for all you do. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank Matt. Great to have that one point of contact to
Do I
make things
not
happen.
have the best team?
You do.
I
You
do.
Okay. Except for water.
No. Okay.
The funds for street sweeping, that used to be run out of water.
Yes, sir.
Is there an interdepartmental transfer of funds to that, or are you just funding it now out of general funds to NDOT?
Last fiscal year, when we received the funding, it was in Water's budget, but they allowed us to use those funds for the current fiscal year. So what we're asking for this fiscal year is the remaining half. So we would have the full amount in our budget.
So water will no longer be funding any of that?
No.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. You mentioned Harding Place, picking up litter. That's a state highway. How is that working?
But there are some MOUs that we have with the DOT that we will actually care for. So where we build new sidewalks, the way the state legislation reads is that they'll be responsible for cleaning from curb to curb, and we're responsible from behind the curbs. A lot of the areas, they have always been maintaining, even behind the curb, because we have a partnership with them with some MOUs, so there's kind of some sharing and responsibilities when it comes to snow plowing and to salting and that kind of stuff, and therefore they've maintained behind the curb. But as we add new sidewalks, they're telling us we have to maintain behind the curb. So that's why Harding's a great example, and it's actually a success story because that is like a major pedestrian travel corridor now. But they are holding us accountable and being responsible behind the curb.
Can you add OHB to that?
Yes, sir.
Between Davidson Pike and 24 anyway.
Well, and that's why we're asking for the dollars, because we are adding these sidewalks and we want to make sure that we're putting these litter and waste baskets out so that people are using that versus throwing it on the ground, and that will help keep our community beautiful.
Thank you. We also had a question yesterday about towing. And I know the police department, you used to have zone wreckers. Is that program still in place, or what are we doing when we need to tow somebody now?
So when we need to tow, we actually do contact the police department. We do have to follow the policy and the code. And if the person violated the code, then we call the police, we red tag it, and then the police will come and tow it. So if it's not an immediate need, so unfortunately some of the cars that we do have to tow immediately are due to the events coming in, and we have to get the cars out of the way because it's a safety problem. But if it's not, we do a 24-hour tag that gives the person 24 hours to move the car. And hopefully they will come and move the car so we don't have to tow it. But if it's immediate, we go through and we follow the practices and the policies in the police department.
Part of that discussion yesterday was there was an RFP put out for a towing company, and they didn't get any responses to it. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, and and there was somebody who whispered in my ear saying it might be because they were getting so much hassle from the transportation and licensing folks. I don't know.
Thank you. Actually, no, I appreciate the opportunity to speak to this. We had an RFP out for a new towing vendor, and that's through codes. And unfortunately, in partnership with police, but for the non-emergency sort of situations. And we did not have responses. But I will say this, that there was work already underway. We were aware of this. And I don't even know if you're aware of this, Diana, but through the Transportation Licensing Commission, we asked Billy Fields if he would call a meeting of the towing companies so we could understand why. And one theory already is Billy flagged for us, most people that he works with who go through the Transportation Licensing Commission from the towing companies aren't online. They don't have email addresses. He only has phone numbers for them. So our electronic procurement process, where we require people to register an iSupplier and we do notifications of our RFPs through email, may not be getting to them. And if that's the case, we're going to do a feedback session regardless. If it's that, then we'll figure that out. If there's something more to his theory there, then we'll continue down. But that might be the rumor that you heard about, which is we were relying on an electronic process, which may not work with most of the vendors in our community.
Gosh, they're old school, like when I still worked there.
Very much so. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Just a follow-up to Councilmember Cash on the litter coordination with TDOT. Is that the curb, NDOT being responsible for up to the curb, or TDOT being responsible for the curb and NDOT being responsible for beyond that for all of our state routes and pikes?
So technically, the way the state legislation reads, yes. TDOT is responsible for maintaining from curb to curb. And then the municipalities are responsible for handling behind the curb. However, we have a partnership with TDOT because we do some of their snow work in the wintertime. So there has been an agreement where the certain pikes that they have, they would maintain behind the curb and the curb. So they have been doing that, and that still is intact. But as we are adding new sidewalks, especially along our pikes, which is where, by Vision Zero, we know is our high entry network, they are not going to be maintaining that. That is actually our responsibility.
Okay. Thank you for that
Welcome.
clarification. Thank you for the great work you all are doing and your presentation and for being here today.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Kristen. It's excellent.